So, Birth of a Nation, the 3-hour black and white controversial movie that takes forever to get through. It takes about 30 minutes for anything to happen because there are so many damn characters that need development. And I'll read you the synopsis. It says, two brothers, Phil and Ted Stoneman, visit their friends in Piedmont, South Carolina, the family Cameron. This friendship is affected by the Civil War, as the Stonemans and the Camerons must join up opposite armies, obviously, since one is from the north and one is from the south. The consequences of the war in their lives are shown in connection to major historical events like the development of the Civil War itself, Lincoln's assassination, and the birth of the KKK. Okay, yeah. So the first scene, it's them bringing over slaves, and then it goes to a bunch of other stuff. The people going to South Carolina to see their friends and then leaving, and then, ending slavery and all this other fun stuff, and, petitioning against slavery or whatever. Then they start with the Civil War crap about 30 minutes in, and you're like, hooray, something's finally happening. Oh, and luckily they do have musical accompaniment for this one as well. You're not just sitting there going, what's going on? At least there's something to add mood to it. Well, it takes forever to get through. Make sure you have plenty of whatever you need to get through this movie, like food, someone to call just in case. It takes a really, really long time, and I just had to pause it several times. It took me like 5, 6 hours to do this movie. Anyway, so yeah, I would say yes, watch this movie. I would also warn you that it's a very controversial movie for one reason and one reason only. Racism. It's racist. It was made in 1915, people. It's not going to not be racist. There are people complaining about them using blackface in the movie and such things. And here's what bothers me most about that. I don't care. I don't care about racism because everyone's racist. If you've seen Avenue Q, you know what I'm talking about. And, don't complain that something from almost 100 years ago is racist. That's just stupid. Blackface happened. It was part of the entertainment industry. Get over it. It's nothing you can change. It happened, so there. Anywho, at the end, everybody's pretty much dead, seeing how it's war and all. And the one or two couples finally live happily ever after at the end. And I have to say that Flora, this one of the younger Southern girl, is a bit stupid because she is chased by an African American soldier who wants her as his wife. Now, instead of going and asking for help from someone, she decides to run away from him into the woods and up a cliff, and he chases her up the cliff. At the very end, she decides that I'm going to jump off this cliff, and then she dies. Not the smartest person in the movie, I don't think. And then there are several other things that happen that people complain about. Basically, the whole founding of the Ku Klux Klan is in here, and they're pretty much painted out as the heroes of the story. It seems that, in the South is what they were concentrating on, so why wouldn't that make sense? They were trying to portray how other people saw it. So don't complain about it being racist when the South is supposed to be the heroes of this movie. And yes, I know that the actual organization exists and it's not something you should cheer for or whatever. I'm not saying that I'm for it or anything. I'm just saying that you shouldn't complain about the point of a movie. And in the beginning of the movie, they show a little uh, clip of something about how they do not censor anything. And if something like this had happened, they showed it. So they showed what they had. It was based on a book. The movie was some book called The Clansmen. So those of you who wouldn't know that it's about that when you hear the words Birth of a Nation, it was based on a book called The Clansmen by someone named Thomas Dixon. I've never heard of it, but if it's a movie in 1915 based off of a book, most of us probably did. And yeah, the movie takes about 30 minutes to get into it. There's an actual intermission in it, so take the intermission. You're gonna need it for your sanity. And I it took me about an hour before I decided I want to see what's happening at the end of this thing, because I just had to keep pausing it and then restarting it. It took me like 5 hours to watch a 3-hour movie just because it was so utterly droll. So you really have to be in the mood to watch this movie, I think. And for your opinion on it, a lot of people think it's racist and controversial, and it's still controversial almost 100 years later. Blah blah blah. So it is controversial, so just watch it, and it's not bad, but ain't good either. But it's 1915, so I guess we can't really judge that much when you saw the flashy, fun films with sound. So, yep, that's it for this one. The next one is gonna take me a while because it's Les Vampires, and it's it's a mini series. It's not a movie. It's 7 hours long. I finally found it on an archive website, so I have to wait for all of them to load so I can either download them or watch them one after another. And I think I might have them in 7-part videos instead of just one big one because I don't know if I can actually handle watching all 7 hours today. So we'll see. Uh, I'm Rin. Thanks for watching if you did. And I'm gonna go now. See if I can find something that'll reinstill my sanity and then maybe pursue more silent black and white. Bye.